Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and take your seats. We're about to have one of the greatest tier lists of all time. What is indeed the greatest bending ability ever? Run it. Now, if you don't know, now you know. I am Dougie McDoubles, and beside me is the greatest co-host of all time. Now coming at you, split screen, it's Ray McFlurry II. How you doing, my friend?
I'm wonderful, bro. Glad to be here.
Dude, it is always a pleasure, and always a pleasure for us to do anything Avatar.
I love talking about Avatar, bro.
Avatar's legit, dude.
Love it, bro.
We have decided to bring another tier list to you after our movie of the year, all the DC movies. We are officially coming into what is the greatest bending ability. Officially, we're going across, obviously, the element version. We know there's too many sub bendings, but that's what we're going to incorporate into our decision making today. Now, on the top of your head, what's your favorite bending, just personally?
My favorite? I would like to be an airbender more than anything.
Yeah?
As for most powerful, I don't think it's airbending.
No. I personally would like to be a firebender.
Firebender? That's cool.
Just personally.
That'd be cool.
But earthbending could be better because I could grow a butt.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
God
of course,
damn.
man. I'd be a Hufflepuff.
Hell yeah. There we go.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I digress. Ray and I are going across the entire Avatar universe and lore and going across what is the best element. We're going over Earth for lava, metal, seismic sense, lightning reversal, the breath of life, and combustion, sparky, sparky, boom, man, and bloodbending, healing, and again, the spirit of life, and flight, the spirit world, and the breath of life.
Yes.
I am so pumped. Personally, I would love to be a firebender. I don't think it might be the best.
Yeah.
But we're gonna debate that right now.
Yeah.
Because
it might be the best.
Yeah. What is number 4? What's the weakest? I want to go from the bottom up.
Okay. Well, before we start, I read the Kyoshi novels, like the Avatar novels they put out, right? So there is a couple of things in there that we aren't talking about. If we did include them, it would just be so OP. It would be so OP for Earth bending. So in the Kyoshi novels, there's this character named Ligao, I believe is his name. He's like a 600-year-old assassin or something. And he knows this earthbending technique. And I believe Bumi knows it. And it's the reason Kyoshi lived for like 400 years. It's a way to preserve your body. Like put your cells back together. I don't know how they explain it in the comic, in the book, but it's been so long since I read it. So it's a certain thing where it's why Kyoshi never aged. It's why Bumi, at a certain point, Bumi figured it out, and then he didn't age for a long time.
Literally.
And Kyoshi let herself die to let the cycle continue. Like that, she lived long enough. She could have kept living like an indefinite amount of time.
Because she figured it out.
Yeah. Specifically, Earthbenders are avatars. Like we're the only ones that could do it.
Dude.
So there's none of that. And then in the books, also there's this thing where it's the coolest fucking bending thing ever. They can walk on air. Every bending type can, okay?
Yeah.
So there's like Kyoshi joins this like bandit group, and they know how to. They call it, for firebenders, jet stepping. So it's where you're such a good bender that you can concentrate such a powerful burst of fire underneath your foot that it's like a step. It's a solid step that you can step on, right? Or like the earthbenders, they are such good earthbenders that they can bend narrow columns all the way from the ground up to their foot at the perfect timing, and like so on. Like that's just the level of benders they are. But that is like ancient times, right, compared to the show, and it's never showed in the show. So it's just like forgotten bending,
right? So
I can't include that, even though every subtype had like a way to do it.
Man, I want to get into this right now.
Yes.
I personally think air is the weakest.
I think air is also the weakest.
Because
if we're talking a fight, it's the weakest. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's a quick clip. Sorry, Avatar is the weakest Avatar. Air is the weakest element. I'm so sorry.
I mean, like every airbender could airbend the air out of your lungs, but like they have a moral code that they're not gonna do
that purpose.
Like Zahir did, but he's like the only airbender ever. Like if they're not connected spiritually, like their airbending isn't as good. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like they lose their connection to it.
Yeah, you
if
can't
they're
have
not
one without the other.
Yeah. It's you got to have the morality or like the right morals to be an airbender, because Kyoshi's mom like left the airbending temples as an airbending master, like with the tattoos and shit. And she like slowly lost her airbending abilities like throughout the years.
Yeah. As it just slowly depletes from you.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy, I think.
Yeah. And then I mean, as for the flight thing for them, like two airbenders ever have done it. You know, Zahir and then the guru or whoever he read about. So I don't know. They can also regulate their own temperature. So like Aang never had to like bundle up in the Northern Water Tribe or anything, Southern Water Tribe. And like they have a better connection to the spirit world. They can like meditate and get there and stuff, which is cool. But like if we're talking strength, it's definitely 4. It's definitely number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's how it gets more difficult. What's number 3?
That's where it gets tough.
Because Earth has lava, metal, and seismic. Fire has the lightning reversal, the breath of life, and the combustion. And then water, bloodbending immediately. Realistically, I personally believe that water is the third one.
Yeah.
All it really has is bloodbending.
It's really just bloodbending.
And if you don't know that, you're kind of just...
Yeah, there have been how many bloodbenders ever? Less than 10 that we can name?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
It's crazy OP, but...
At what point?
Most bloodbenders have to have the full moon, you know?
Yep.
And then other than that, yeah, I think realistically the healing's a cool aspect, you know, to be able to... For waterbenders to be able to heal, but it's not that cold, you know?
Yeah.
Or like spirit bending, like that's cool, but also very situational. Doesn't really help a whole lot. Not nearly the connection to the spirit world that like the airbenders have. I think water at 3 is good for me.
Water's solid number 3.
Don't get us wrong. Bloodbending is OP as fuck, but
Facts.
There's so few bloodbenders, and most of them have to have a really perfect situation.
It's not like in Korra where the Industrial Revolution happened and bloodbending was needed, where like lightning's all of a sudden like a regular thing, like a regular commodity, a literal job, like you and I talked about in the last one. Man, yeah, it has to be water at number 3.
I think it's got to be 3. Yeah.
So number 4 we have the air element. Number 3 we have the water element, and here's where it's going to get real difficult because it's going to be real hard for you to tell me that metal bending isn't the greatest thing ever,
dude.
Lava bending is you're a earthbender essentially doing fire.
It is the most devastating bending. Lava bending is. You instantly can turn the earth into just molten lava. That's insane.
That's it.
That is the most insane fucking subbending ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think fire has to go 2 for me.
Yeah.
I think lightning's really good, but also it's pretty boom or bust. Like lightning's pretty glass cannon.
Yeah.
You know, lightning reversal, like how useful is that really? You know, like it is, but it's very situational also, you know.
And it's very hard to do.
If you fuck up, you're dead, you know. The breath of life is a cool thing, you know, being able to keep yourself warm with just like your fire ember inside or whatever. I think is how firebenders.
That's also the air version of just like keeping your temperature correct. Yeah.
It's not that great. Yeah. And then combustion bending, this is a hot take. It sucks, right? Like it's not that good. They struggled with Sparky Boom Man in the show because of how they how it was written.
Yeah.
But it's really not that good. Like it's not like it's pretty slow. Mm-hmm. It shoots one place, it makes a big explosion, but it's really slow and like there's a recharge, and like he's also slow. Like Pali, the only time Pali was doing damage, she was on like the airship, or like they were in a really close combat, or it's tough for me.
Overrated.
It doesn't. It's strong, but it's like a glass cannon type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just like lightning, it's gonna destroy everything around you.
Yeah,
and you just move.
Yeah,
it just. Once he's stuck, he's not really going to do that again to move at you.
It's hard to compare to number 1, Earthbending, because everything on our list is just fucking crazy. Like Lavabending.
Insane.
Metal bending, so fucking cool. They did so many cool things with metal bending.
Dude, you could do anything you wanted.
Dude.
Anything.
It's so fucking coll. And then Seismic Sense, Toph's Seismic Sense, she taught it to Aang, and then she taught it to her daughters. Both of her daughters could do it because it's an Earthbender thing. So fucking cool, dude. It's so fucking cool. Yeah, Earthbending is so useful, so powerful, so fucking deadly, so devastating. I think it is overall the element that is just it busts ass.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. And they've adapted so well to stopping the other elements.
And the thing with that is also, since reading the books, it is the best element because the Earth Kingdom has a history of being the dominant kingdom.
Yes.
Like the show is just the very small part in the history of Avatar where the Fire Nation was the ruler. Because Kyoshi stopped a dictator.
Yeah.
Chen the Conqueror. You know, we saw that in the show, his death. But the story of that, like, was a reign of hundreds of years, I'm pretty sure, where it ended like a several 100-year reign of like Earth Kingdom tyrants just, you know, like taking advantage of power vacuums in the same way Kuvira did.
Yeah.
Like in the book, it was kind of like that way when she killed Chen the Conqueror. So like the show was a very small part of Fire Nation. Like it was like 100 years of thousands of years of Avatar history where the Fire Nation was that dude.
Right.
You know? But yeah, I think overall Earthbending is just so much more better in every aspect than Firebending.
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt.
Better.
Well, there it is, man.
That's it. Oh, the only thing Firebending has on Earthbending, before I forget, Earthbenders have to have earth to bend. Firebenders can produce fire. That's like the only thing. Firebending is the only element that can produce it. Well, I guess air. Are they producing air or are they like pushing air around?
Both.
I guess airbenders count, but firebenders can produce that fire, which is
Yeah,
directly. They're like their
have
strength.
Water around. Earth
Yeah.
Is the same. Like
Yeah.
Earth can't go to like the Northern Water Temple and fight. They can't invade the Northern Water Temple.
Yeah.
Just because it's all water and ice.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
I think they're probably or firebending's probably the one bending where like emotion would go into it because their fire blasts are like directly proportional to their strength or like how much they're putting into it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Whereas like if an earthbender gets mad, he can probably lift bigger rocks, but like a firebender is gonna have hotter fire or like more fire or a more concentrated type of thing.
Right. And then eventually lightning.
Yeah.
It's all about your power level essentially.
Which is cool. It's a cool aspect that the other bending doesn't have. But,
yeah.
Earthbending overall, number one by a mile.
Man, I love it. People are gonna hate us in the comments.
Probably.
I don't care.
Probably. Let's hear it, man.
I know. This has been the SMC ranking for all of the Avatar elements. I have been Dougie McDumbles. This is Ray McFlurry II. Earthbending takes the cake. This, that, the other. I don't care about your opinion. Comment down below and let me know what you think, though. I love you guys so much. In James Gunn we trust. Avatar comes out on Netflix February 22nd. Ray, thank you so much for being here, my friend.
It's been a fucking honor, man.
Dude, always. Everyone, please go watch the original Avatar series. Don't watch M. Night Shyamalan. Get ready for Netflix. It's going to be incredible, and we will see you guys next time.
Hey, what happened? Why are those squiggles on the screen?
Those are called end credits, Patrick.
End credits? But I don't want it to end!